Mình tên là Chị Mai, học VLS khoảng 3 tuần rồi.
Mình tên là Sydney. Mình học tiếng Việt ở VLS ba tuần rồi.
Yeah. Tụi em thích học ở trường VLS tại vì có nhiều cô và người front desk rất là vui và thân thiện. Trước khi tụi em đến Việt Nam, mình không nói tiếng Việt nhiều, mà mình là Việt Kiều và bạn em là người Mỹ.
I had a great experience at Trong VLS. All of my teachers were really knowledgeable and engaging and fun. Em rất thích học tiếng Việt và nói tiếng Việt. Mình nói tiếng Việt một chút. I speak a little now,
Yeah.
which is really exciting.
Yeah.
And I felt like all of the teaching was really responsive and flexible to our specific goals, and that was really special. So we got a lot of basics, and then also got to build on top of that more specifically, like the kinds of things we wanted to talk about or the ways that we wanted to be able to use Vietnamese. And all of the teachers were really supportive and patient and respectful and kind. Yeah.
The best. Yeah. Usually when I think of school, I generally hate it because it's something that you have to do. But it doesn't mean that I don't love learning. And so I feel like at this school, at least for my experience and our experience, there needs to be a connection and a passion to why you're wanting to learn something. And for me, as a Việt Kiều, so someone who was born in the U.S. but is my heritage is Vietnamese, my family is Vietnamese, there can be a disconnect in culture. There are things that are so unsaid that are really important. And so coming here to learn Vietnamese, I think one of my teachers put it really well, that they run parallel. It's if you want to understand Vietnamese culture, learning and understanding Vietnamese language is next to each other. They're best friends. And so for me, when I went to college, I did ethnic studies around my experience as a Vietnamese American. And so I think it can be really powerful to then decide, okay, I'm going to make this commitment to learn a language that I grew up in, but I don't completely understand. And so much of that has to do with war and disconnection and what families have to do to survive. And so I think for us, or for me, it's not just coming to learn Vietnamese to make traveling easier. It's to learn Vietnamese to make more sense out of my life that my parents didn't get to have the opportunity to have the time for. So, nhiều hy sinh, huh? Right? A lot of sacrifices. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for me, as your partner, learning Vietnamese is a really helpful way to get to build my skills to be able to be a part of a Vietnamese family within the Vietnamese diaspora or a Việt Kiều family in the States, and to communicate better with your mom and with cousins and relatives, and also to better understand this cultural and historical relationship between the United States and Vietnam, which is really complicated by a really ugly history of war. And so for my family and my close people, my friends that are Việt Kiều, learning Vietnamese is a really special way to be more deeply connected. And professionally, I work in the anti-violence field, and so I hope to really keep studying my Vietnamese and be able to use it with Vietnamese immigrants in the U.S. in my work. And I think that that's a very, it's a very special opportunity and gift to be able to have more language to communicate with people when we're in the United States, and like access to resources and support is often so challenging and so limited for immigrant communities who don't speak English as their first language. So I'm like, I feel like I have, after coming to VLS, like a really good foundation to be able to keep self-studying and learning. The tools, the books, and like the teaching was really helpful for setting us up to do that.
Yeah.
And now the two of us have like enough shared foundation that we can keep practicing together, which is really nice.
Yeah. Very sweet.
Yeah. Very sweet. But no.
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 Cảm ơn rất nhiều.